This month on T.on.E, ToonariPost.com's brand new entertainment show. What's in store this holiday season for movie lovers in cinema? The theme for production rumors this month seems to be the return of the sequel. For our entertainment news, we'll walk you through the top 5 most important people on IMDb's star meter right now. And the most watched shows in America. Finally, we'll count down the US box office here on T.on.E. Cinema coming soon.
She's one of the best investigators I had, but she's different. In what way? In every way.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. David Fincher is doing an interpretation of the Swedish hit crime novel by Stieg Larsson. The decision to do the successful Swedish movie in English did spark heated discussion among fans of both the Swedish actress Noomi Rapace, the original movie, and Larsson's book itself.
Sometimes he pleasures her. Not often enough, in my opinion.
No, you're right not to include that.
The new movie screenwriter, Oscar-winning Steven Zaillian, has crafted a new ending. Rooney Mara has taken over as the dark heroine Elizabeth Salander.
What I want to avoid right now. You will be investigating thieves, misers, bullies, the most detestable collection of people that you will ever meet.
The Oscar-nominated director David Fincher brings the extra edge to the new interpretation. Will he pull a Scorsese and do a remake like it's never been done before?
That's been trying to drive me insane. Those are from her, and the rest from her killer.
You failed to adapt to 4 foster homes. Were arrested twice for intoxication, twice for assault. How many partners have you had in the last month? And how many of those were...
Gentlemen, it is my special pleasure to introduce a woman who clearly needs no introduction. A very great actress on her first trip to London.
My Week with Marilyn. Simon Curtis is leading a luminous cast for his biopic of one of the most mesmerizing women of Hollywood. The role of Marilyn Monroe is cunningly interpreted by Oscar nominee Michelle Williams, while Kenneth Branagh plays Sir Lawrence Oliver. Julia Ormond is Vivian Leigh, and DeGray Scott is Arthur Miller. Among others, Judi Dench, Derek Jacobi, Dominic Cooper, and Emma Watson have joined the movie's incredible roll call.
Because I like you.
Colin, is everything okay? Miss Monroe had some large packages she needed handled.
What is Marilyn doing with my third assistant?
Surprise!
Get working! Colin!
I have something in my eye.
I can't see anything.
At the center of the story is Colin Clark, played by Eddie Redmayne, who has a quasi-romance with the screen goddess during her stay on the British Isles, during the shooting of The Prince and the Showgirl, which was a period in Marilyn's life strongly affected by her recent marriage to Miller, her anxiety to be taken serious as an actress, and the stress of Oliver's set and the demons inside the head of the tragic icon.
She is Marilyn Monroe.
What must it be like to be the most famous woman on earth?
You could quit this. Forget Marilyn Monroe. Forget Hollywood. Let it all go.
First love is such sweet despair, Colin. Shall I be her? Marilyn.
Some people swear there's no beauty left in the world. No magic.
Oh, come on. We've got to do something to get you out of your New Year's Eve funk.
Then how do you explain the entire world coming together on one night?
It's New Year's Eve, bro. We're doing something.
To celebrate the hope.
New Year's Eve. Our favorite feel-good movie director, Gary Marshall, leads an all-star cast in this holiday season's ensemble romantic comedy about the greatest party of the year in New York.
Rainy day. You should wear it tonight.
I mean, New Year's is the worst night of all to go out. People who don't drink, let's party all year, suddenly going all Kanye on you.
Last year,
The impressive crew includes Josh Duhamel, Katherine Heigl, Zac Efron, Jessica Parker, Michelle Pfeiffer, Halle Berry, Hilary Swank, and Robert De Niro.
Years. It wasn't nearly as satisfying as I thought it would be. That was closer.
Good one. This is the biggest night of my career, and if I screw this up...
you won't.
The countdown begins.
Let's do it!
The recipe is old school, life lessons, intertwined plot lines, and a contemporary soundtrack. But buried in the pocket philosophy and love stories could lie a genuine, warm winter squeeze for the moviegoers this
Went out
Christmas.
for a slice of pizza, right? And you may have just run into the one. You know what that's called?
Insanity.
Serendipity. You don't mess with serendipity.
That's what New Year's is all about.
Is it New Year's Eve?
Is it?
So raise your glass if you are down in all the right ways. All my underdogs, we will help you never be.
Well, there's gonna be more celebrities here than we have.
I'm freaking out.
You ready?
Just don't let me fall down.
Never.
The Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn.
I, Edward Cullen, take you, Bella Swan.
The phenomenon of Twilight is entering its final stage with the upcoming premiere of the first half of the last part of the saga.
Cherish. As long as we both shall live.
This is how I'll remember you. Pink cheeks, heartbeat. I think I'd be used to telling you goodbye by now.
Like the Harry Potter series, producers have split the last chapter to get the full extravagant ending to the movies that has captivated teenage hearts and fans around the world.
Last night was the best night of my existence.
The Oscar-winning director Bill Condon is directing Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson as Bella and Edward must face the consequences of their undying love.
The fetus isn't compatible with your body. It's too strong and fast-growing. It's crushing you from the inside out. Your heart will give out before you can deliver.
The best-selling book series by Stephanie Meyer has been sold in almost 50 countries worldwide, and the movie adaptation has made a magnificent reign at box office.
You're the enemy now. Sam won't hesitate. You will be slaughtered.
It's starving you by the hour.
I'm the one who'll lose you.
You have to accept what is.
You've given me no choice! Get ready. They're coming for Bella.
They're not gonna touch her.
If you kill her, you kill me! Bella!
Come on.
Please sit. Put your money on the table. Welcome. The cards can illuminate your future.
Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law are reprising their wonderful partnership in the sequel to the successful reinterpretation of Sherlock Holmes. With Guy Ritchie in the director's chair, moviegoers should prepare for another cheeky, action-packed, and above all, entertaining ride through good old mystery at the hands of Holmes and his trusty friend Dr. Watson.
Oh, how I've missed you, Holmes.
I see your web of conspiracy has expanded.
I'm knee-deep in the single most important case of my career. The clues point in one direction.
Professor James Moriarty.
Are you sure you want to play this game? I'm afraid you'd lose. I agree it's not my best disguise, but I had to make do.
Also starring is Noomi Rapace, the original Elizabeth Salander from The Swedish Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The plot of A Game of Shadows is loosely based on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's mystery story about the death of the Crown Prince of Austria. Murder or suicide? Sherlock will have to match his wits with the evil Professor Moriarty.
What are we doing down here?
We are waiting.
Make it count! I'm on my honeymoon!
Get that out of my face.
It's not in your face, it's in my hand.
Get what's in your hand out of my face.
One simply has to maximize your appeal.
The Iron Lady. One of the most popular actresses in Hollywood, despite her age, Meryl Streep is doing the hair and the pout of former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in the upcoming movie, The Iron Lady, directed by Phyllida Lloyd.
That hat has got to go. And the pearls.
To prepare for the role of the notorious politician who fended for herself in a male-dominated world of politics from the 1970s to 1990, Streep sat through a session at the British House of Commons to take in the dynamics of British MPs.
Absolutely non-negotiable.
The movie is less of a documentary of the Thatcher years as is an exploration of the remarkable reach of one woman's ambition and the success and sacrifice of her rise to power. Included on the cast list are also Jim Broadbent as Dennis Thatcher, Anthony Head as Foreign Secretary at the time Geoffrey Howe, and Richard E. Grant as Michael Heselton.
In brightest day, in darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who laugh at my lack of height beware my banjo, green froggy's light.
Sorry about that, guys. Something in my throat.
The Muppets. This Christmas, The Muppets take over the screen once again in an all-new The Muppets, directed by James Bobbin and with a cast list that stars Jason Segel and Amy Adams. Cameos of galactic proportions include Zach Galifianakis, Mila Kunis, Jack Black, Lady Gaga, Billy Crystal, George Clooney, Sarah Silverman, plus many more. When three Muppet fans learn that a rich businessman wants to drill under the Muppet Theater for oil, they set out to reunite the Muppet family who are living very different lives and save the theater. This will be the first theatrical release of a Muppets movie in 12 years.
Com check.
Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. Ethan Hunt returns in the fourth installment of Mission Impossible. When the bombing of Kremlin shuts down the IMF, Ethan Hunt and his new team are forced to go rogue to clear the organization's name.
Ethan, what happened in the Kremlin?
It was a setup.
The Russians are classifying this as an undeclared act of war. The blame points to you and your team. The president has initiated Ghost Protocol. The entire IMF has been disavowed.
So what happens now?
Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
The secretary is dead. The four of us are all that remains of the IMF. No safe house, no support or extraction. Everyone connected with this man is an asset with valuable information. We come back with our target, or we don't come back.
Tom Cruise reprises his role as the unrelenting spy and is joined by Jeremy Renner, Tom Wilkinson, and Simon Pegg.
Discreetly.
This operation's over before it even begins.
Would you care to explain yourself, Brandt?
Who are you really?
We all have our secrets. Don't we, Ethan?
IMAX enthusiasts should brace themselves as the production is set to run previews in selected IMAX theaters in the US this December before the general release. A first for the series. It's also director Brad Bird's first live-action film.
I'm on the computer.
Get to work. Make a movie.
Snowy, look at this. A unicorn.
The Adventures of Tintin, available at cinemas near you.
My movie to something called The Adventures of Tintin by Hergé.
How much for the boat?
It's not for sale.
I don't think you realize this, but you're about to walk into a whole mess of
Director Steven Spielberg and producer Peter Jackson are bringing extraordinary life to the adventures of the Belgian journalist Tintin. The film is based on 3 of the original comic books and is a dream project for legendary Spielberg.
What is it about this ship? Why has it attracted so much attention?
And it was an extraordinary experience to understand the globe-trotting similarities between this amazing, tenacious boy journalist and Indiana Jones.
Look at this. The model ship conceals a clue to one of the greatest secrets in all history.
The production went through 3 decades of contemplation, preparation, and delay before coming to the screen this year.
Story. So it was important for us to memorialize on film the moment when Tintin meets Captain Haddock.
Thanks. I'm Tintin, by the way.
Haddock. Archibald Haddock.
Our difficulty is that we had to take these 2-dimensional flat line drawings with very simple blocks of color and turn it into a fully rendered, textured, detailed 3-dimensional world.
Hello, Tintin!
The world of Hergé was programmed into our own virtual film studio, so instead of going on location, we built the locations in the computer.
Put your hands up!
And then Stephen was able to step into that virtual world with a digital virtual camera and shoot his movie.
Well done, Snowy!
Using motion caption technology and 3D animation, The Adventures of Tintin is an explosion of vivid action and thrills as our hero sets off with his friends on a treasure hunt for a sunken ship.
Hergé obviously loved Hollywood adventure films, mystery, excitement, action, but it feels like one of those great adventure films. Plus there's slapstick, there's comedy.
Never fear, Tintin. The evidence is safe with us.
Thompson? Where are you?
Well, I'm already downstairs. Do try to keep up.
In an age where there is a lot of science fiction, there is a lot of superheroes, you know, why not classical, good old adventure storytelling?
We're saved! Oh, it's a sign from above! Whoa!
Captain! You're doing fine! Did you hit anything?
Oh dear. I will take in!
Come on!
You're gonna stay with your aunt and uncle for a little while. You'll be safe here.
Where are you going?
Something your mom and I have to do.
The Amazing Spider-Man. It's Marvel heaven in Hollywood at the moment, and what better time to refresh a popular hero? Spider-Man is back with a brand new cast and a brand new storyline for fans to enjoy.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Parker.
Not much to tell, really. Peter lives with his aunt and uncle.
Starring as the young Peter Parker is Andrew Garfield, who cinemagoers last saw as the ill-fated friend of Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network.
What are you doing here?
I have nothing.
As he struggles to overcome the loss of his parents at a young age, as well as social exclusion at school, Peter must suddenly deal with the consequences of superhuman powers after being bitten by a radioactive spider.
Ready to play God?
Also starring the beautiful Emma Stone as the new Gwen Stacy, the new Spider-Man movie is rebooting the franchise in the same way The Dark Knight did. Or at least that's what we're hoping for.
We all have secrets. The ones we keep. And the ones that are kept from us.
What's filming?
If you make yourself
The Dark Knight Rises. The next installment of the successful Batman franchise reboot is currently being shot at such exciting locations as Romania, India, and, well, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Christopher Nolan graces the director's chair once again, while Christian Bale returns with the Three Stooges, Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman, and Michael Caine. New to the ensemble is Anne Hathaway as Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman, Tom Hardy as Bane, Marion Cotillard as Miranda Tate, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt as John Blake. The first three you may know, but who is John Blake? The description so far is pretty plain. A cop assigned to special duty under the new Commissioner Gordon. If you're still curious, look no further. According to Variety.com, Blake grows up to be none other than Albert Falcone. Let's leave it at that.
Let me introduce the producers, Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli.
Skyfall, also filming a new chapter in a beloved franchise, are the production team behind the new James Bond movie. With the title Skyfall, the new movie explores the past of M, reprised by Judi Dench. And following the tone of the previous movie starring Daniel Craig, things get up and brutally personal for 007. Sam Mendes is directing, and the cast includes Javier Bardem, Ralph Fiennes, Albert Finney, Naomi Harris, and Helen McCrory. This will be the 23rd movie in the series, and release date is set for November 2012. So fans, sit tight. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Ever since the Lord of the Rings series ended, the intention of filming J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit has been buzzing around in Peter Jackson's head. The production has gone through many phases before finally materializing this year. As filming commences, a bunch of Lord of the Ring regulars are returning: Hugo Weaving, Orlando Bloom, Cate Blanchett, Andy Serkis, the two old guys, and of course Frodo. That is, Elijah Wood. New to the franchise is losses Evangeline Lilly as Toriel and Stephen Fry as the Master of Laketown. The young Bilbo Baggins will be played by Martin Freeman. While Jackson is running around in New Zealand, the production company MGM recently signed a pay TV agreement with Netflix UK that means that the two parts of the Hobbit movies will be available to UK customers on Netflix within 1 year of their theatrical release. Exciting.
Mercenaries. The only life they've ever known is war. The only loyalty they've ever had is to each other.
The Expendables 2. And there's more returning cast in the next movie about the Expendables. The action hero extravaganza led by Sylvester Stallone welcomes back Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, as well as Bruce Willis and legend Chuck Norris. Stallone had previously stated about his approach to casting that he was looking for actors who had not experienced recent significant success in film, saying he was interested in giving them another shot. "Someone did it for me, and I would like to see if I can do it for them," said the 65-year-old actor.
I know some people are asking a lot of questions now that I'm back. I think it's only fair that I answer those people.
Well, you're back, and everyone seems to be pretty happy about it.
Man of Steel. The new reboot of the Superman franchise, Man of Steel, is currently filming in Illinois and will hopefully create a bit more excitement than the last reboot from 2006. What went wrong, we may never know, but the fact is that Clark Kent is returning in a brand new pair of red pants, in shape and form of Henry Cavill. Joining him, a very interesting cast. Fresh off Muppets is Amy Adams as Lois Lane, Kevin Costner and Diane Lane as Jonathan and Martha Kent, Boardwalk Empire's Michael Shannon as General Zod, and get this, Russell Crowe as Jor-El. Of course, these names have been out for a while, but it's still exciting to see what director Zack Snyder will make of this motley crew. With Henry Cavill taking the role of the new Superman, the fans of comic book adaptation would notice that the newest reboots of American superheroes, Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman, are all now being played by British actors.
Radioactive pieces of his homeworld. It's deadly to him.
Do you hear that? It's the sound of battles fought and lives lost.
Snow White and the Huntsman. Now to something completely different. Twilight's Kristen Stewart stars in the twisted fairy tale adaptation Snow White and the Huntsman that will strip the Disney version down to its darkest and most sinister core. In the screenplay by Hossein Amini, who also did the much hyped Drive script, the huntsman is ordered to take Snow White into the woods to be killed. Instead, he becomes her mentor and protector as they plot to vanquish the evil queen. Chris Hemsworth, Ray Winstone, Bob Hoskins, and Lily Cole are co-starring with Charlize Theron as she plays the evil queen. This film is scheduled for a 2012 summer release.
To surpass you. Consume her heart and you shall live forever.
Find me someone who doesn't fear the dark forest to hunt her down.
Why is she of such value?
That is none of your concern.
And if I refuse?
Lips red as blood, hair black as night. Bring me your heart, my dear, dear Snow White.
Another thing that was a challenge is the bridge sequence. There was so much going on this bridge. I mean, you had 14 cars, I think, head on with this vault. Either being crushed, destroyed, flipped, knocked in the air.
The Fast and Furious 6? Yes, it's true. Director of the Fast and Furious' franchise last 3 installments, Justin Lin, is rumored to be planning 2 more installments filmed back-to-back with a connecting story, much in the tone of the last Harry Potter movie or the Twilight series. Alongside screenwriter Chris Morgan, a story is currently in development and the original cast is rumored to be returning, including Michelle Rodriguez's character, Letty, despite the fact that Letty died in the 4th movie. It will be very interesting to see if a believable story can be pieced together for a blast of a final chapter. It's coming in 2013.
And action!
I told myself I can pass any test a man can pass. All I ever wanted was a single thing worth fighting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are
Avatar 2. More sequel action is in development, as James Cameron is currently working on the script for the much anticipated Avatar sequels. We know plural because the legendary director is planning to film both concurrently. Seems like a trend these days, you know, Fast, Furious, Hobbits. One of Cameron's ideas is to shoot some footage 7 miles underwater in the Challenger Deep, the deepest location on Earth. The pressure at this depth would be over 8 tons per square inch, far beyond the capabilities of even the most advanced Russian military subs. So how the visionary director will do this is still to be seen. Fans will have to wait till 2014 to see the fruits of his labor.
Open it. You get me what I need, I'll see to it you get your legs back. Your real legs. Yes, sir.
Ghostbusters 3. We're not done with sequels. A second draft is in the works for a long overdue return of Ghostbusters. Fans are still left in the dark. Will or will it not happen? Dr. Venkman, Dr. Stans, Dr. Spengler, and Winston are all returning, while Sigourney Weaver is rumored to join as well. New to the potential cast would be Anna Faris, Eliza Dushku, and Alyssa Milano, according to the latest report. Jurassic Park 4. Story ideas are currently also being discussed for a 4th adventure of Jurassic Park. Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill have been rumored to star, and Steven Spielberg has said in an interview with Empire magazine that he's hoping a script will be ready in a couple of years. Apparently they have a better story in mind than what went down in Jurassic Park 3. Let's see. No official release date has been set. Kill Bill Volume 3. There's a rumor for a final sequel of Quentin Tarantino's masterful saga of the bride and her quest for revenge against those who wronged her. What the new movie will be about is still unknown, but Uma Thurman and Daryl Hannah are so far connected to the project. Tarantino will have to wrap up the upcoming Django Unchained before tackling another revenge trip with Beatrix Kiddo, but fans of the cult filmmaker should stay tuned. IMDb Star Meter. 5th on the IMDb Star Meter is French actress and model Berenice Marlowe. She's risen from a remarkable 1596 to 5th in 1 week, most likely because she's starring as the new Bond babe from Bond 23 Skyfall, starring alongside Daniel Craig. In 4th place, IMDb users rank Amanda Seyfried, the 25-year-old star of Mamma Mia and Red Riding Hood, who is currently gracing movie theaters alongside Justin Timberlake in the high-octane futuristic thriller In Time, playing the rich girl Sylvia Weiss, who is taken hostage by Timberlake's Will Salas but later becomes his accomplice. In 3rd place, we have Olivia Wilde. After making her big break on House MD, 27-year-old Wilde has really made her mark on the big screen this year. First alongside Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford in Cowboys and Aliens, then in The Change-Up, and most recent as Justin Timberlake's mother in Time. Be prepared to see more of this lady in the new year. First runner-up is Johnny Depp, who's currently staying in the Caribbean element as Paul Kemp, the central figure in The Rum Diary, the adaptation of Hunter S. Thompson's novel of the same name.
How does anybody drink 161 miniatures? Are they not complimentary?
Depp will be starring next year in the movie adaptation of 21 Jump Street. Fans will know that he played Officer Tom Hansen in the TV series of the same name way back before Pirates. First on the IMDb Star Meter is Ryan Gosling, who is currently being swept up in Oscar buzz over George Clooney's movie, The Ides of March. Gosling has really shown his versatility this year between Drive,
There's nothing he can't do.
Crazy Stupid Love, and his role as Stephen Myers in Clooney's directational turn. Next up for the 30-year-old hunk is a quick reunion with starlet Emma Stone in Gangster Squad, while currently filming Terrence Malick's Lawless with Christian Bale and Rooney Mara. The Walking Dead. The apocalyptic story of a small group of survivors in the age of zombies continues to woo fans in the 2nd season. It's based on the graphic novel by Robert Kirkman, but if you read the comics, you would know that the show has already departed from the original direction of the story. Kirkman has expressed excitement over the alteration, the most interesting being the survival of Shane, Job Bernthal's character. who met his end in issue 6 before Green Farm in the comic. His continuation in the storyline has caused the early departure of Otis, and though Kirkman is hesitant to deny if Shane's demise is imminent, he told TV Guide that he doesn't feel that Shane has worn out his welcome just yet.
Something's gone wrong. You're completely in over your head.
I guess I'm losing hope. But like I said, it's all about slim chances now.
Once upon a time.
Something beneath the town of Storybrooke wants to get out.
The curse made this happen.
I'd like a room. Welcome to Storybrooke.
First season of the fantasy drama Once Upon a Time, starring Jennifer Goodwin, continues to benefit from strong ratings, and after being confirmed for a full season at the beginning of the month, the curse may have been broken on the fairy tale genre. E! Entertainment noted that prior attempts at fairy tales for TV have died from low ratings, but with a good start. It could be that things are changing with this series.
Everything we love will be ripped from us while we suffer for all eternity. No more happy endings.
The Vampire Diaries. The third season of The Vampire Diaries is rolling over our screens, and the romance between Nina Dubray's Elena and her two undead suitors is still going strong. Despite the whole story being based around a love triangle, there are a lot of extracurricular activities going on, and a lot of revenge and bad guys to go around.
I will kill you and everyone you've ever met.
To do that, you will never see your family again.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly...
The Big Bang Theory. Leonard, Sheldon, and Penny are still on in the 5th season of the viewer favorite, The Big Bang Theory. With a lead in the TV ratings, brains are definitely the new popular, as geeks beat the fall final of the veteran medical drama Grey's Anatomy. Despite popular success, fans have wondered why the show keeps getting snubbed at the Screen Actors Guild. One theory of Kaylee Cuoco is that the honor would be best served for the ensemble and not just one person. Say that to Jim Parsons, who's nabbed 2 Emmy Awards and a Globe and Gold for his role as Sheldon. American Horror Story.
Isn't this place amazing?
I do have to tell you about what happened to the last owners.
They didn't die in here, did they?
Yes, actually. Murder-suicide.
We'll take it.
It has taken the U.S. by storm, the chilly tale of the Harmon family who left their anguish in Boston only to find new torment in a haunted house. Fans of the horror genre have been intrigued by the game as well as the play, and though some believed it was verging on dark drama territory rather than appropriate horror, the story have so far placed itself firmly among ghosts and demons. With strings of plot split between the 3 household members, viewers seem pleased with the direction and are looking forward to more details about the Tate murders, the pregnancy, and the man in latex.
Get out while you still can. I want what's in your womb. Where's my baby? I want it. It's playing tricks on me.
Box office report. Number 5 at the US box office by this November is the futuristic anti-society of In Time, grossing over $64 million worldwide after 2 weeks in cinema. In a society where people don't age past 25, real-life Justin Timberlake is actually older than Olivia Wilde, who plays his mother. The only significant character who actually is 25 years of age in this movie is Amanda Seyfried. In at number 4 at the box office is horror sequel Paranormal Activity 3, which after 3 weeks has grossed $174 million worldwide. Investigating the origin of 2 lifetimes of haunting and possession, moviegoers are still keen on the scare of the evil spirits. Number 3 holds a pre-holiday laugh with a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas, opening in 3rd place and dragging in over $17 million. In the US, the 2 stoner buds are causing a holiday crisis when they accidentally burn down Harold's father-in-law's prized Christmas tree. In second place on the US box office is Qualifier on the first week, Tower Heist, grossing over 40 million worldwide so far. The movie itself is about getting back at the man and seems to add the comic dimension to the sentiment of the Occupy Wall Street movement. In real life, director Brett Ratner's resignation from the Academy Award show meant that the show's host, Eddie Murphy, who happens to be on the cast list for Tower Heist, also departed from the Oscars. In his place now is the returning Billy Crystal, who is somewhat of a legend. Some of us think that this may have turned out for the better in this case. Number 1 at the box office, then, is Shrek spin-off Puss in Boots. Antonio Banderas returns as a furry Avenger, this time to tell the amazing story of what transpired before the sword-fighting cat met Shrek and his friends. In 2 weeks, the movie has grossed 122 million worldwide.